So, how are all of you? I'm doing just fine, thank you. Well, this week we are talking about the human body, your body. So today I thought it would be really fun if we made a chart and then in your house you could do a body scavenger hunt. So here's what you're going to need for this. All you need is a piece of paper. You need a ruler or a straight edge. It could be a piece of cardboard or a piece of paper like I have here. And you need a pen or a pencil, and that's it. All right, are you ready to get going? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a chart. Now, you're gonna put your white piece of paper down, and you need to think about how many people live in your house. And that's the amount of columns that you're going to do, plus one additional column for the body part. So for example, you need a section to draw the body part, which is here. Then, how many people are in your family? In my family here, we have 3. So we have a column for Paige, a column for Giovanni, and a column for Matt, and a total column. So for me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns, okay? You can make your columns smaller if you like. I made mine rather big so you could see them. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna first just draw a line for the body parts, all right? So you're gonna take your paper and draw a line straight down like this. There you go. So in that column, we're gonna put our body parts, okay? Then I'm gonna do a column for me, then a column for Giovanni, and last a column for Matt. Okay, so those are my columns. Then the very last column will be the total, because we're gonna do some addition today. We're gonna add up body parts. All right, this last column, I won't put anything because I don't need it. Then you're gonna do some columns down. So the number of columns that go down, you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that go down. Okay, so we'll count it together. The first one is up here, 1, then 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we made a little chart. Now I have an extra down here, so if you wanted to add another body part, you could add something else that we're not gonna add. All right, so on the very top, this is gonna say body part. All right, so as you can see in mine, the first one I did is the nose. So you can draw a nose. You can draw a simple nose just like this. And if you want to write nose on it, you can, or you can just leave it like that. The second one down is your ear. Okay, so I'm gonna try and draw an ear. I'm not that great at drawing the ear. Kind of looks like a G. Okay, so that's my ear. Now, how many ears does each person have? 2, right? So when you're doing this, you have to count 2 for each person. We'll get into that in a little bit. All right, so the second one down is hands and feet. So I'm gonna draw a hand with 5 fingers and a foot. Those are kind of silly looking. Now, when you think about this, each person has 2 hands and 2 feet. Okay, so just keep these in mind. Next one is your eyebrow. Your eyebrow is here above your eye. So this is my eye and this is my eyebrow. Okay, there's my eyebrow. Okay, Then we did knee. Do you know where your knee is? Your knee is this, okay? So we'll draw your, let's say your leg is here, and this is your foot. That is your knee, okay? It's kind of a silly looking knee. And then the last body part that I chose is my neck, okay? So we'll put a face, but we're really saying how many necks does each person have? All right, so now we have the body parts that we're gonna go find, and then you're gonna put the name of each person in your family. So I'm gonna write myself, Paige, then Giovanni, and Matt. And if you want to draw faces on here, you can. And then your last column is going to be the total. That means as you add them all up, you're going to put the total number here. So for example, let's do one of these together so you can see how it works. Noses. All right, in my house, with my 3 people, how many noses do we have in this house? How many do I have? 1, right? So I can draw 1 ball, and I can also draw the number 1. How many noses does Giovanni have? 1, right? Good. And last, how many noses does Matt have? 1. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add these numbers together. Now, if you're having trouble, look at how many balls there are. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 noses in this house. So I'm gonna do 3 balls and the number 3. See how that goes? Now let's skip to a trickier one, okay? Let's skip to hands and feet. All right. So how many hands do I have? 2, right? So I'm going to do 2 balls here for 2 hands. And how many feet do I have? 2, right? So I'm going to draw the other 2 balls. Now that is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to write the number 4. The same is going to go for Giovanni and Matt. This one is probably the hardest one, so if you need some help from your parents, you can ask them to help. But basically, each person has 2 hands and 2 feet. So look at mine. Wow, now we have to add up all the balls. So let's start at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a big number. So I'm not going to write 12 balls, but you can. And I'm going to write the number 12. So again, if you need help with that one, you can ask your parents. Now you don't have to pick all of the same body parts that I did. You can even just pick, on this one, you can just pick hands or feet. You could pick shoulders or elbows. You could pick eyes. You could pick your tummy. You can decide which body parts you want to find, and then you're going to go to each person and count how many they have. All right? So your graph will look something like this or like this. It's really up to you. Okay? So that is our activity today. And I hope you have fun doing your body scavenger hunt in your house. Make sure you count everyone in your family, even your brother and sister, or even your grandparents if they live at home with you. Okay? Have fun, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.